are at Lan Hin Pum in Pitsanulok province at Rongkla National Park, Thailand. And now we look at the cliff face all around us. The geologists say that this is sandstone, and under rapid cooling it formed this kind of shape, but I don't think it's that at all. I think actually geology is a kind of pseudoscience. What it really is biology. And what this is all around us is in fact a leopard skin membrane of an elephant. Yes, crazy. So if we look at the surface of the earth, it's made up of lots of animals petrified from the silica age, and trees also. So let me just do a comparison between this rock formation and elephant skin under the microscope. And if we look here at this picture here, it is identical. It is exactly the same. So the micro and macro is the same thing. If you don't understand it and you cannot connect the links, it's some kind of thinking disorder, because what you're looking at is exactly the same as a leopard skin membrane of an elephant. Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures and do some comparisons. Okay, so later on I'm going to show you the dead skin layers a bit further up, and what we're looking at here is the keratin of the stratum spinosum. So it has these little bumps, and all these cells are joined together. So you don't have to be a geologist or an expert in dermatology. What you need to do is basically look at cells, or looking at cells closely is called histology. So maybe history is actually histology. So if you look at cells, Google on the internet, and you do a comparison of the micro to the macro, this is exactly the same thing. Okay. And not only of these leopard skin cells I've also found hair shafts in elephant skin. So these are hair shafts, and the hair is obviously worn away over time. And if you do a comparison of elephant hair and shafts and in the stone formations, they are also exactly the same. Okay, so there's lots and lots of pictures you can find on the internet and do your own comparisons. Okay. Okay, so trying to understand and put things into perspective. Macro and micro is the same thing. So if we look at a small cat and a big cat, are they both cats? They're still cats, whether they're big or small. It doesn't make any difference. And doing a geological research in Thailand, what you find is the red here, where there's Permian rock, you can find this kind of elephant skin and texture. So is it really animal or is it morphic formation? It's hard to really figure out and put things into perspective, the size of things. So what we can do, we can look at the Hindu mythology, which they say is a myth, but perhaps is even could be real. So, is Earth really a turtle with a naga underneath, creating the electromagnetism? And then here, the 4 elephants that support the Earth. And now I'm going to read to you a little bit about Hindu mythology. Okay, so it says here, the Line myth of the great turtle is a classical Sanskrit literature, has references to world elephants as mythical animals supporting the world in Hindu cosmology. The 4 elephants that support the Earth is not supporting the Earth, but represent the 4 cardinal directions of the solar system in the galaxy. One have to imagine that the contours of the Milky Way seemingly revolve around the axis poles, and therefore the contours can be used in order to illustrate the 4 directions. Regarding the shaking effect, this must have originally have described the strong force that is emerging from the Milky Way center. So the Milky Way center, you got the dragon and the golden swan in the Milky Way. A kind of birth contractions when the Milky Way creation is going on. Thus, there are 4, 8, and 16 of them. The Amarakosha, 5th century, lists the names of 8 male elephants bearing the world. Along the 8 unnamed female elephants, the lists are Aravata, Pundarika, Vamana, Kamunda, Ajana, Puspadanta, Sava, Buama, it's so difficult pronouncing these Sanskrit words, Supratika. The 4 names are given in Ramayana, so the great story of Ramayana is possibly true. And Virupaksha, Mahupadma, Sumanas, Bhadra, and the elephant of the east, which is Virupaksha. So we could be sitting on right now one of the 4 elephants, the Virupaksha. And if you look in Laos, the city in Laos is called Bakse. So perhaps the people who settled there named the town after this great elephant. And this elephant skin goes from central North Thailand all the way to Laos. So putting things in perspective, it's huge. So perhaps Thailand is in fact an elephant. I will go on reading, okay? Mahatpadma also appears as the name of a treasure guarding Naga serpent. So the serpent goes underneath the turtle. In Hari Vamsa and Vishnu Parana, Brewer's Dictionary of the Phrase Fable list, Mahaputra and Chukwa are the names from a popular rendition of a Hindu myth in which the tortoise Chukwa supports the elephant Mahaputma, in which turn supports the world. The spelling of Mahaputma originates as a misprint of Mahaputma in C. Aurobinos 1921, retelling the story of Mahabharata, love and death. So perhaps maybe we have found Virupaksha, the elephant of the east, which we are sitting on here right now. Listen to the birds of the forest in the morning. Mostly you can hear the moustache barbet. It's windy. Hi. So let's talk about how geology is actually dermatology and histology, and to figure out the rock formations. In this case, we're looking at dermatology. So earlier at the cliff face, we saw the rock with the lumps, and that is the spinous or spinious layer, the bumpy layer of the skin. And if we look down here, if we look at the pictures, so earlier we saw the spinous layer, this is the granular layer down here, and up here, the higher layer, we have the cornified layer. The cornified layer, or corneas, that is the dead skin cells. Okay, so this is for the dead skin cells, is keratin. And if we look at the pictures here, it matches it identical. Okay, so here we have the bumpy layers, the spinous layer, then we have the granular layer, the smoother layer, and then the small pieces is the stratum corneum, or the dead skin cells, which are full of keratin. Okay, so these pictures I'm showing you here, they are identical at what you're looking at Rongkla National Park. Okay, so I can show you this better on the computer. You can look at the terminology. So actually the terminology they use for dermatology and geology are pretty much the same. Okay, all right. Thank you. I bet these made nice bomb shelters for the communists when they were being attacked from aerial planes. sun cracks. Geologists totally have a misunderstanding of our realm. Okay, look how.
มันก็เป็นพื้นเดียวกันนะแล้วทีนี้มันแยกออกจากกัน
Very deep. Hello, I am a little tiny microbe walking on elephant skin. You want to see? Hello! God, it feels like I'm on top of the world. Or maybe on top of an elephant. This is the national flag of Thailand. Oh, I do wish they turn it back to being an elephant like it used to be. But anyway, wow, this is amazing. Oh my god, it's windy out here. Look at this. What a fantastic view. Whoa! Blown away.